All right, here we are with another Lego City set. This time it is the 7 plus set, 60374 Fire Command Truck with 502 pieces. Let's get into it. All right, welcome to the really fancy schmancy setup here. And super professional, as you can see. It's so professional. And you can't even handle the amount of professional as the camera falls. Holy moly, so professional. All right. Pretty professional, if I tell you what. Let's move the fire truck out of the way and look at just the side builds and the minifigs first. So coming to this minifig, this guy right here, got a worker's vest, got that face and that face. And I like that he has a more non-conventional hairdo. Though you do see this a lot in the trades, I feel. You know, the long ponytail. Looks like he probably goes home and rides his bike, his motorcycle. So that's cool. He's a construction worker. We're going to set him over there. And then we have the first figure you actually build in the set. I like this figure. I love the kind of chrome pants. I don't know if it shows up that well, but it is really cool looking. I love this figure. It's actually probably my favorite firefighter that we've ever had. There is no second face, so I'll just show you that first face there. And yeah, blue air tanks. There is going to be a print on the back. I will show you that there's no second face, and then there's the print on the back. I'm going to rebuild it really quick. Such a cool figure. Actually, really one of my favorites. Just because of the coloring. It's really a good figure. So, and boom. So one thing I want to challenge you to do while looking at this set is I have made two mistakes building it. One is unintentional. I completely messed up on something. And I want you to see if you can find it and put it in the comments where I messed up, where I made a mistake. Again, it was not intentional, but I realized it after I was doing it, after I did it, and I couldn't fix it. So we'll see if you can find it. It's just something we're going to live with. It's not a huge deal. That being said, there's also one other error, but it's a purposeful error that my son, who this set is for, decided to make. He wanted a certain way. So let's see if you can find those two. It's nothing neither one's that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, so it's not a huge deal. But there are two slight mistakes. Well, one's not really a mistake. It was a design choice by him. So here's the other character, the other firefighter at least. Cool. No second face. And yeah, she's got this nice helmet. Pretty basic firefighter there, but I think they look good. I think they do a nice job in the firefighter outfits. Sometimes they look a little too nice. You don't see a lot of that from like volunteer fire departments, at least around here. That being said, I think this one's more of a hazardous materials firefighter. I could be wrong. It didn't say so necessarily in the book, but if you see some of the stuff when we get into the builds here, especially the fire engine, you'll see what I mean maybe. So let's talk about this build first. This is this electrical unit, and it has a fire here that, that's where the fire starts. So I'm thinking what you would do is have this ladder, which is also another build. Pretty simple build. You'd have it like this. You'd have the construction worker probably up here, like, all right, I'm going to go work on it. And then he comes with a wrench too, by the way. I didn't put that with him. That's the wrench. And, he's up there and he's working, and oh no, there's a fire. And now you got a fire. So we'll put that over there, and that over there. Then there's another place where there's a fire. And this is nice because you can take either the fire truck itself or this drone and put out the fire with the stud shooters. But I'll show you really quick. It's just it's a bottom half of a tree, like a stump. There's a hare in there, a rabbit, a hare, little tree shooting off the side here, some leaves, or one leaf, and then you got your fire. And there's no studs to hold it in place. Of course, if you want to store it or something, you can put it there, but there's that. And I'm going to show you this figure here, or this build here. It's a quad rotor. Lego likes to do these now, and I think they're cool. They're fine. And yeah, pretty basic build. Nothing too crazy about that. It has two stud shooters, and you'll notice that there's two different types of, well, blue in there. And I'll show you them right here. You have I don't even know what I'd call that, like a pearl blue, and then, you know, your standard kind of blue, trans blue. But yeah, and there's one of each, and I'll show you when we get to the fire truck more about that. So, you know, you can shoot your fire down, and it's gone. Hey, got it on the second try. Cool. So there's that. And then you have this other build. This is another remotely operated vehicle, I would assume. There's no driver space, so they could control it and drive in and, you know, use it to pick up stuff. It doesn't really reach to the ground, you know, but it has some a good amount of articulation there. So it can pick up stuff. Hey, don't take it about that fire truck. So, you know, if you had something on the ground like this tire and you wanted to pick it up, you can drive over to it and, you know, pick it right up. And you got that tire. Cool. Sweet. So there's the side builds. Now, one thing I'd like to show you on these two side builds is that these, if you go like that, they come off. Same thing with this one. There we go. They both come off. And you see they're held on. I don't even know what that piece is called, but we see it in a lot of sets. Yeah. I don't know what piece that is called, but it's there too. And there we go. They come off. And you can interchange them. You can put that there. And I mean, this would be a little weird. I don't know if you'd want to pilot a quad rotor that can pick up stuff like that. Well, maybe, you know, Amazon's doing it, I guess. Let's look at the fire truck. Ready? Come back here a little bit. And there we go. So starting on the side, actually, there's a door that opens like that and a door that opens like that. That is mirrored on the other side. It's the exact same. We have a hook for an axe on this side and a coffee mug on that side. It has 3 wheels and tires on each side, as you can see. But on the other side, it's the exact same thing. We have some brick-built steps, which I really like right here. Same thing on the other side. And I do like the techniques of using the triangle triangle tiles to get this effect. I really like it. And some sticker pieces. There was 4 stickers in the entire set, which isn't too bad, if I do say so. Stickers don't scare me like they used to. Once you get good techniques and putting them on. And of course, then we have a way to fire the water on top, and it's loaded already. And you just would push this little red thing in the back, and it'll fire. And there it is. And with that being said, we'll go around to the back. Oh, by the way, these panels here, there's a really cool way of building them. They, I don't know, I really liked building them and how they attached and everything. Pretty cool, I think. Oh, you know what? It might be helpful if I show you this. These do open, and you can put your little remotely operated vehicle in there. So there you go. He's in there. Cool. Let's pull him back out. I believe you can fit him in there with this. I'm going to check. If I fold it up, I'm sure you can. I would think you can. Maybe if I stay within a certain footprint. So yes, definitely can. So we'll take him back out. Hello. Hello. At least with that you can. To the back, you'll see we have a storage space for the water, or as this is like a foam. You would use this type for like electrical fires, something that water wouldn't necessarily work well on. And that could be a grease fire as well, I suppose. But if you look at the stickers here, it shows electrical, and then just plain fire. And you know, so maybe we've had a couple of Lego sets now with electric vehicles. So now I've been watching real life fires for electric vehicles, and the way they put them out is well, sometimes they use a foam. I've seen that. I don't know if that works that well though. But the other way was that I saw at least was pulling them right out of the garage that they're in, covering them with a specialized blanket, and then hauling them away. So maybe we're having some hazardous materials fire engine for those kinds of things. I don't know. But if you look inside of this hatch, there's also another one of those water shooter things. Oh, we'll stay in the back here and talk about these two. These open up for a little bit of something. You can easily put these in there just to store them, your little water things. You can definitely put those in there. I think it's a good spot for them. There's really nothing else in the build that it comes with that would work in there. Like binoculars in these sets, I don't think make much sense. So, and I don't think the radio would fit in. With that being said, you probably have the radio with you anyways. We're on the other side now, and it's basically a mirror image of the other side. And so some lights here. The doors open the same way there and there. And don't worry, we'll go in a second. We have another hook with a saw that we could use to get into a building to gain access. Again, have those brick built steps, which I really like. And I want to come to the front. And what you see here is a winch. And by the way, it's a very nice front. I like it. It's bulky, very European, I think, at least in my opinion. I don't know, maybe you guys disagree, but I like the front. It's got a lot of lights. All right, and you're blocking all my light, Mr. next to me. So there is a winch here, and you know what it does. It just pulls out, and then you can reel it back in. It's pretty long string, and that's great, but it releases just like the other pieces. So you can take that off and put this baby on. Now, it's a little weird because I don't think you're going to drive up to the fire and start shooting it from the front of the fire engine like that. You're going to use that big cannon on top. But, you know, it's there. It's a play feature. It's kind of cool. You can also attach the little hand thing to that as well. So there's a couple different things you can do there with your modular front end tool there. So let's come back to this side, and I'm going to show you the inside and the top. So let's take that off, and there's what it looks like on the underside. It does swivel. It's nicely tiled off, by the way. I like that. Inside, we have a blue steering wheel, plenty of room for a driver in there. Actually, I think they could have made room for 2 people in there, so I was kind of surprised. I thought there for sure this would fit 2 people in the front and 2 people in the back. And I think with some very simple modifications, if you wanted to, very easy to do. Yeah, I think it'd be very easy to do. So one thing you'll see back here too is there's a keyboard with a computer monitor, and I would assume that is where you would control either your quad rotor or the remotely operated ground vehicle. You could also assume that maybe they would control it from this, one of them. So, you know, however you want to do that, that's up to you. Let's close it back up. Good amount of room in there. And you can definitely put them in there with their tanks on. And it'll help if I put this on the right way. And here we go. No, something's wrong. What did I do? Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and put some of these away. So first off, we have this baby going in here. Oop, and then boom, that's in there. Cool. And then I'm going to put that back on there. This can land right in here, just like that. If you turn it around the other way, it'll rest in there fine, but it won't snap into place. There's actually studs, well, a stud to hold it in place, that white one right there. And it'll hold it in place. Well, you know, you can roll up to a fire with 5 or 6 firefighters in there too. Yeah, you know. It only contains 3 figures in the set, though, unfortunately. I don't think it really showed. Let me see something here. Something you can do, and I know I showed the construction worker on this ladder, but that just was my thinking. You can also take this ladder and lay it across the top here and lay it over the back. So it'll look like that. And I really like that too. So a lot of play function with this fire truck. Do you like this fire truck?
Yeah.
I think it's one of the cooler fire trucks we built. Actually, probably the coolest. A lot going on. Love the design, love the look, and it was a pretty fast build. Took about 35 minutes to build, and yeah, can't say anything really that bad about it. The build of the truck is really good. What I will say here is I would have liked to maybe see one more fig, like another firefighter. Just having 2. I know we get a lot of firefighters in different sets, but I think a second one would have been great. You know, again, I keep calling them a hazardous waste or you know, hazmat, hazardous materials is what I mean to say. Hazmat firefighter. I don't know if that's what this is meant to be. It might not be, but you know, I see the foam and stuff, and I think that it doesn't mean that's what they are. I just would have liked maybe another fig like this in this kind of uniform, slightly different. But you know, would have been nice to get. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't really have anything else to say. Just my only critique is maybe one more firefighter. And other than that, I think this set has a lot of play functions. a lot of playability. It's going to go great in your city if you have a Lego city. If you have a fire station built, it's probably too tall for that, but we may have to try that in our custom fire station. So we will see. I know it's definitely too long, but you can modify the length of it. Height is sometimes a little more difficult. You can definitely do it. It's Lego. That's the beauty of it, right? But I love the fact that you can change the things in the front, even though the only one that makes sense to me on the front of the fire truck is the one that it already has. The only one that makes sense to me on the front of the quad rotor is the one that it already has. This little guy could probably use all three, but I like the one he has. So I think we're good. All right. So if you noticed the mistakes on the fire truck, there are two. One was a design choice, so it's not really a mistake. The other one was my mistake. You noticed them? Comment below and like it, and I'll let you know. I'll let it, you know, there might be maybe there'll be a handful of comments, so I might not comment right away. The answer, I might wait until, you know, might wait a week or so. So thanks for watching. Like the video and comment the mistakes. Bye.